Everyone good? We'll just go straight to questions.
What was working defensively tonight? It looked like you guys were just kind of making Indiana uncomfortable out there.
Yeah, I thought that we did a good job, getting to Romeo, first of all, Juwan, making him play in a crowd. I thought we had to switch defenses on and off. Coach Miller can really get you carved up, when they get a rhythm. We kept them out of transition for the most part. And getting off to an early lead was probably most important. Getting the crowd out of the game, the way you win big road games, you play from the front, right, usually, and just hang on. We were able to stretch a little bit today, but I thought our guys did a very good job just with the game plan from the get-go.
How do you feel like you guys handled not scoring for 8 minutes and kind of holding them off a little bit?
I think you could see it affected us, and at halftime I said, it's okay to win with defense. it's all right, but we got off to such a hot start, there is a return to the mean. But I think the turnovers bothered me more than the missed open shots. A couple bad shots that we can do on occasion, but at the same time, I thought the guys handled it okay. And I don't know if there's a crisis of confidence with our guys, but this is sure a confidence builder.
Yeah. What was the locker room like after that?
They were great. They were happy. I think maybe relieved, so to speak, to get a road win after being so close a couple other times. And I don't care who you are, when you've been there and thought you were in control and you're ready to win, and it doesn't happen, and then it doesn't happen again, that kind of gets on you. So to be able to keep Indiana at arm's length and win in this environment, one of the best environments in the country, and be able to win against a high quality, well coached team is really a feather in our cap.
You look at Indiana and you see obviously Romeo and Juwan, but you look outside of that, there's not much perimeter shooting. So how much did that affect your defensive game plan and how you guarded those two?
So you want the game plan? I think they're capable guys out there, certainly, but they're young too. So it's just you look at guys and when you haven't quite proven it on the big stage yet, sometimes it's just not there. But there's a lot of threats on that floor, I'll tell you that.
Have you ever played a basketball game the night before having a root canal?
Well, how about almost losing your tooth to a thing? Yeah, Tanner Borkart was, he needs a root canal. So, they numb him up, and he's playing, and I'm like, are you okay? I'm fine, And I said, I've had 20 root canals, dude. Look at this. You don't have a smile this white unless you paid for it at my age. So, I just can't commend him enough for doing such a good job and really helping the team. He was probably a couple plays from having 10, 12 points. But he's a tough kid.
You guys had James almost had a triple-double. Isaac had 13. Glenn had, I think, 14 or 15. Roby played well. Do you feel like you got something from every guy that played?
Yeah, there's no doubt. And if we give Roby the minutes, not trying to, we tried to protect him with foul trouble because with Langford and Morgan's ability to draw fouls, you've got a real problem when those guys got 3 and 4. So, but it was a total team night. It was just every guy was good, and that's nice. That's how you went on the road.
Glenn said you were switching 1 through 4. What went into that decision to employ that?
It just kind of depends on how we feel on the glass and how we feel in the post, and if we're going to have to double, and how many. Okay, if we switch this, do we have to double it? How far down do you go in the game plan to and I just felt like if we were going to switch, we just had to make sure to keep Justin off the glass, and I thought we did okay with that.
How do you balance being excited for this win and knowing Michigan State's Thursday?
I just said on the radio, I started watching Michigan State, turned it off, turned on The Shining, just to make myself feel better. You guys probably haven't seen that movie, but it's a good one. It's an oldie, but a goodie. But, they're great. They're a great team. They've won 18 straight league games, right? And we've won 20 straight at home. Something's got to give. I don't think we're going to tie. So we got to be ready for a battle, and I'm excited. It should be a fun night. And the one thing about playing Coach Izzo's team in Michigan State is you always learn about yourself. They make you better every time you play them. So regardless, I know that we're going to come out on Friday and be a better basketball team.
Does this kind of feel like it's a nice springboard, though, to kind of that tough matchup?
No. because that is a hard matchup. I mean, I feel great about this win, but it only counts as one. And hopefully the guys are confident, ready to go. But Michigan State's its own beast.
Well, you look at the league, you look across the entire league, it seems like every night there's just a good game somewhere. And what do you think that says about the league this year?
I think the league is the most complete league in the country. You know, you just look at all these teams that are really good. And Ohio State just lost 3 in a row. We just lost 2 in a row. And both teams are good. And, you know, it's just the way it's going to go in this league. And it wasn't like that previously, last year. It was like that earlier, it felt like. But I think it's probably got more depth than I've ever seen it since we've gone to 14 teams. Or I've been in the league 7 years. And it's got as much depth as I've ever seen.
Was this your best defensive performance overall tonight, too?
I felt very strong about it. To come in and be able to, you know, stop them and hold them in the 50s is a great achievement for us. So it was really good.
Anything else for Coach Miles?
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.